Okay, I know this is a home improvement channel, home repair channel, but it's a handyman channel also. And a handyman can fix anything. And today I have to install this. Does anyone know what this is? If you know what this is right off the bat, without me telling you, go down to the comments and tell the world. It's a water pump. And this truck has 220,000 miles on it. And God, it's been great. I've had to replace the fuel pump, the intake fuel pump, and the air conditioning condenser fan, the power lock on this side. I think that's it. For 220,000 miles. It's been pulling my trailer. Most of that time, I got this truck at 79,000 miles. So I've had it since 79,000 miles. It's done great. But using tools is also part of this channel. And today I'm going to use my Harbor Freight mechanics tools that I showed you maybe 6-8 months ago in a video. And I haven't used those tools for any real work, just tinkering and I used it to take apart a garage door opener. I use it to do some nuts and bolts when fastening, woodworking things together, like that barn door rail. I pre-assembled it in the workshop. I'm going to test it out on doing some mechanic work, installing this water pump. Now don't get upset, this is not going to turn into an automotive repair channel. So if it's not your thing, check back on the next video. It will be some sort of home improvement video. But if you are interested in maintaining your vehicle or watching me try to do this with my Harbor Freight tools, stick around. Step one, you always need a pipe wrench. Now, when you don't have the right tools, you get a pipe wrench. I tried to rent the right tool for this, but I'm going to have to make it. Went to 2 different places. One said they had it, they didn't. Went to the next place, they didn't have it. See these 2 little holes? One right there and one on the other pointer. Those are little pinholes. And the correct tool has these 2 little dowels that spans everything and then goes in there and holds that pulley in place while you undo this nut here. See that nut right there? You can already try. I've been working on it. The redneck hammer mechanic way to do it is to jam some screwdrivers in there and do your best. Well, it didn't work. There's just too much of a distance between the outside of the pulley and where I can get some bite. So I'm going to make my own tool. So I got my calipers. I'm measuring eyeball method, center to center of those holes, and I'm going to the workshop to make a tool. Right here I have a piece of scrap steel, and these calipers are cinched down, and I'm going to use my spring-loaded awl here. Put this in the little divot and use this line to mark over here. One more for good measure. Now I need to go drill 2 holes so that I can weld in 2 little dowels. I'm going to use a combination of this bandsaw and an angle grinder to get this into a shape that can fit over the middle nut that holds the fan on. Of course, it's plugged in. how I'm going to get that off. There we go. Come on. Fuck up my blade here. There we go. So, you see I'm almost there. Just going to cut that last little bit off. So this got a little thin here, but we'll see how this works. It's got these little bolts, screws actually, and I'm going to take this out, test fit it, see if I got enough clearance here to get around the fan, and we'll go from there. As you can see, I got it test fitted into place here. Easily fits in the holes in the pulley, and I got plenty of clearance around this shaft and nut here, so I didn't have to take out as much. So now I'm going to take it back in and weld a handle on it and weld those little screws on. Okay, here's the moment of truth. As far as I know, this is the only specialty tool that this project takes. So yeah, sometimes I surprise myself. Well, I'll surprise myself when this thing actually works. So it's on there good, and you can see that I'm moving that pulley there. And now I got to get this pipe wrench on there with the cheater bar and see if I can break this free. It's kind of dark down in there. I'm not sure how well everybody's going to be able to see. There's the pipe wrench. Here's the cheater bar. And let's do this. Wow, it worked. Wow. That's a sometimes. Let's see here. So now I can take this out. Okay, now just the friction of the belt on there should be enough to hold that pulley in place while I unscrew this. Of course, if I had a open end wrench or a crescent wrench big enough, it's much easier than using my hands. There we go. Come on, baby. Go, go, go. There it is. Now I got to take the shroud off. So here's the Pittsburgh tools I'm using, and since this truck was made in Mexico, everything's metric. So what is this here? 10 millimeter. You got to take this loose, this loose. Then I got to drain the radiator, plug up the windshield wiper thing, and the overflow for the radiator. Don't have time for the old-fashioned way to get this thing done. Here. There we go. Don't want the fan to drop. Drop the fan and bend it. Be out of balance. Alright. Fan shroud is out. Hey, there's so much more room to work on. So this is the belt tensioner, and it's got squares in it for that to go into, I think. You put your thing in there and bend it up. Whoa, there we go. in the front seat of the truck here. Got a pen. This is the new water pump, and I have it laid out on a piece of cardboard. And what I'm going to do is trace it out and mark all the holes so that when I take a bolt out, I know exactly where it goes. I'm just going to put it in its corresponding traced out hole on the cardboard. First thing I'm going to take off is the tensioner with a 15mm socket. There we go. Yeah, you see these are little dowel pins cast into this. I'm just going to go loosely put this on the new one just so I keep the orientation of all the parts on the new one. Next is the idler pulleys, 13mm. I've actually replaced these. Remember I said there's things that I've replaced? I've replaced both of these pulleys here. One of them was replaced on the side of the road. I had to walk like 2 miles to a auto parts store, get it, and walk back. It wasn't too fun. Now on to the bottom one. Now this little metal bracket has to come off. So far so good with these bolts. Nothing's broke. This is 2006. These are actually not bolts. Now if I was smart, I would be replacing this alternator at the same time I'm doing this, but that's not in the schedule for today. So one of these was a bolt, not a nut. Goes right back in where it came out. This is the water pump housing here. That's why this had to come off. So I should probably go put this actually on the water pump. Okay, let's see here now. I believe the next thing is this stud and this stud. I don't think I need to take that one out. No, I don't think I need to take that one out. But there is a bolt back here. That's another reason you got to take that big plate off. Come on. Oh yeah. That one's got some oil on it. That's interesting. I wonder if this goes into a water jacket. Maybe it's not oil, maybe it's just water. Put this one back in. So now before I take the water pump loose, I gotta drain it. And got a bucket, this socket, and this is like a plastic nut here. I think. I thought I could just turn this thing out. I'm not sure how this thing works. I got some drips, so I just had to turn it a little bit harder. There we go. So it's like a plastic bolt with some real coarse threads that come out. And I got the radiator cap off so that there's not a vacuum. And this can easily drain out. This thing is still draining. There's like a gallon in so far. I'm going to start breaking loose all the bolts on the water pump while I wait for this thing to drain. Okay, all the bolts are actually out in my little cardboard template. Now I gotta undo these clamps here and disconnect the hoses. Oops. There's two. Now the lower one. Where the heck is the lower one? It's way down there. I'm going to have to go down from underneath. Oh, sugar. Afraid of that one. Almost got it. Here's the lower. And then there's just the upper. So the water pump is completely free and only held in by these hoses here. Man, that's going to be a pain to get that hose off. I've taken these two little ones off before because I flushed my heater core. And that's what's draining it right now. I'm going to drain the heater core into this bucket. The next one. So I got it kind of pulled back. You can see this sludge. And it was leaking right around here. And kind of at the ends is where it was leaking. Can feel a little bit of play. Okay, here it is. Next thing, this is the thermostat housing. So these two bolts come off. The thermostat comes out. I didn't really think I was going to put that old thermostat in there. So now I just got to bolt this thing up and stick it back in. So I spent a good 10 minutes cleaning up this gasket surface. Even though it's still discolored, it is smooth. And it is ready to receive the new gasket. Just rubbing my finger across everything, making sure I got all the corrosion off. This is the new gasket. It's more of an O-ring that seats down into this machined channel here. And wish me luck. This is the third one. So everything's lined up and I'm just not even snugging them down. I'm going to get them all in and then go in a star pattern, tightening them in. Alrighty, they're all in. What do you think the odds of me getting this big old belt on here without looking at a diagram? They are probably slim to none, but I'll give it a shot. There it is. You got the shroud on. Spinning the fan back on. We're all back together. Just gonna put in some antifreeze. I lost the radiator cap. I cannot find it anywhere. That's not fun. I'm saying here. Now I just gotta wait for this thing to come up to temperature, keep burping the air out of the radiator, adding more antifreeze and water into it, and go get a new radiator cap. Or if I get lucky, I'll find it when I'm cleaning up. That old water pump must have been going bad for a while because the motor is really quiet. It's running super smooth and super quiet. That's water right there, so it hasn't opened up yet. The thermostat hasn't opened up yet. Got the heater running full blast, and you can see a couple bubbles popping up. But once that thermostat opens up, this will start circulating and air will get pushed out, and then I'll add more antifreeze and water as needed. Good morning. Did anybody make it to the end of the video? I'm not sure what time this video is going to go up, so it might not be morning where you are. So I recorded this video a while ago, and never uploaded it, obviously. Just didn't fit with the main home improvement YouTube channel where it's mostly homeowners watching. I got this channel now, and I think it fits here. Vehicle maintenance and your truck or your van. It's kind of your most valued tool, because without it you can't go to work, you can't get materials, you can't do anything. I am shopping for a new truck. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do with a newer truck, a new to me truck. I don't think I would ever buy brand new off the lot. Just too much money to lose buying right off the lot. A lot of young guys watch this channel, like real young, like in their early 20s. Guess I just wanted to show that you don't need a very expensive pickup truck. It helps if it looks clean, isn't dented up, isn't loud. My truck is probably only worth $4,000 right now, and I bought it for $15,000 in 2010, and it had 79,000 miles on it when I bought it. And like I said in the video, been a great truck, very reliable, and easy to work on. I've done quite a few repairs to it, and I have not come across anything that I couldn't figure out. Now, I have worked on vehicles my entire life. Yes, my entire life. I've never taken a vehicle to a mechanic. You guys work on your own vehicles? What is your opinion of pickup trucks? It's a hot topic. It's especially when you go to Home Depot. It's like, who has the biggest, newest, lifted, loudest, obnoxious pickup truck in the little contractor section there? And everybody's always looking at your truck, sizing it up, and judging you based off of it. That's something that I've tried not to go down that rabbit hole in my business, and just stay conservative, just so that you show up looking like an honest blue-collar worker, not someone who wastes money on depreciating assets, and that you need to charge a whole lot to pay for them. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you liked it or not. Like I said, it's not going to be an automotive channel, but thought I'd just show you something else.